Hi, Leos, and welcome to June 2024. All right, let's get started. This read is for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus. All right, let's see what's going on. Using the Past Life Oracle deck, let's see what thread of karma that we are working on. Oh, authority figures. Bosses, judge, the judge, lawyers. So in another lifetime, without question, you might have been a judge. You might have been the authority figure making the final decision. And that could thread itself into maybe becoming or being a CEO, a president, a high rank of whatever external, right, high ranking. And even to the point, and even more importantly, a father, the father figure. Maybe your days of CEO, owner of a company, etc., has exhausted, it's expired, it's time, and you're threaded into this lifetime as a parent, a father, a mother, knowing that you don't have to be demanding the facts and the stats, more about allowing to discipline with the freedom of trust. Okay, let's see what's going on. Wow, look at that. I love it. The priestess, the high priestess. Oh my God, Leo, what? All right, so I could say some of you already know that a new love is coming in. Some of you know this is really a lucky time for you. A new love, a new passion, love of whatever love that's passionate in your life is going to excel to knowing exactly what to do, knowing exactly when it's going to be done, how it's going to be done, just knowing. You have this innate intuition of, right, whatever it is. Someone could be keeping the secret of engagement, marriage. We've been through it all, feeling like we've been through it all, right? And you have the sword down here, like, okay, so the last piece of the puzzle, should we say, has been prayed for and wished upon and now solidified. As above, so below. Wow. You have two aces. New beginnings in business, in work, in love, in life. The luck. There's luck, an iguana. Mermaids. Emotional, like, so lucky in love. Lucky in love. And maybe knowing that it's your time. Feeling very much aligned. Emotionally, physically, and spiritually. 2 aces with the 2 is 11, 11. Some read it differently. Now, wow, look at this. Are you learning? Are you becoming? Did you already know that someone, maybe someone, we're going to get deeper into this, but did you know or have a feeling that someone didn't want the commitment, didn't want the marriage, didn't want to live in, didn't want to follow the constraints and constructs of traditional values? Are you aware of that? Or did you just say, you know, this is what I believe, maybe this is what you believe, but, you know, this is what I want, right? Let's get another card, because this is a 5 and 2 is 7. Let's just look. 2, another 2. So without question, you're saying 2, 2, 2. This is a 7. You have 2s and then the 5. So what needs to change? Is it an emotional, kind of emotionally confusing, let's say, in the past, where we're like thinking, I really want this, and I really would hope and pray someone could make that decision based upon the same values and spiritual values that I have as well, right? And can they? Do they have the capability, or do they feel like they lost? Someone may have felt like they lost you because they could only give you half of their time. Two 5s. So you know something's got to change. You know changes are afoot, because like someone either I feel it's like make it or break it. Say you will, or let's just walk away and start anew. Maybe this is what you had to do or you already did. You know, if you can't see what it is in my heart of what I want, my belief systems, and we're not on the same page. If we're not on the same page, then honestly, clearly, then what do we have? Because we have to have common ground. We have to have common ground, not necessarily that you have to believe in one thing and I can't understand it, or I accept and understand, and or you do too. You know, we don't have to be in that predicament, but you have been. So we have 2 5s. Let's look at those 2 5s. And the hardest thing about it is that this person gives you the freedom to be yourself. This person, a person, or what you've been going through makes you so happy. And that's the hardest part, right? The hardest part is knowing someone makes you happy and you're just a sliver away from that happiness, from that choice to be happy. You, Leos, may have said, your choice, I'm going to be happy with or without your ability or inability to perhaps commit to the same values or be traditional in the same way. We don't have to believe in the same things, but our core, the core of what we, have gone through, what we believe in, like this, look, this is what we were taught, for some we were taught, in Sunday school, if you did. Others were taught by the Father. Your father taught you. Your belief systems. They're changing. They changed. That's good. Find your own belief systems and work with that. But whatever you do work with, whether it's in a relationship or whatever you are, it's what is going to illuminate your life to be happy is you got to believe in what you believe, and no one can tell you differently. No one can make the decision for you to say, well, I want to be with you, so let's go. No one can say that. And nor should there be an ultimatum of any sort. Someone decides to step into more traditional values or not, is not for us to judge, criticize, or blame. All right, let's go to the aces here. So someone knows they make them happy. Leo, it's you or someone else. I mean, here's the card, right? You know who makes you happy. You know what you want. You know who you love. You know who holds that special place in your heart. And if they don't, then they don't. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So, yeah, I do have a passionate love here, holding their cup of love. They feel this way. But there's a discrepancy in our belief systems, our values, the traditional values of what? Are we looking at, well, I'm going to go deeper in that, right? Because I'm feeling, well, some of those traditional values is like, don't do as I do as I say, or whatever. It's like, no, that's not what it's like anymore. Or a woman to be subservient. No. Or I can do this, but you can't, is what I'm saying. All right, so someone really is feeling bad for perhaps, we're going to say it, perhaps they feel bad because they didn't put in the time and effort with you. Did they not see your value? Or they chose to not commit, so one and or the other walked away. Here's the feminine. Feminine, masculine. Looks like the masculine, the feminine said, I'm all in. All you have to do is say the word. Say the word. Someone feels bad that they didn't put in the time and effort. That flower full moon in Saggy. Not necessarily verbally communicating, right, how you feel about someone, but I feel inadvertently someone has definitely, I'm not saying reached out, no. What I'm saying is if you're in separation right now, someone really knows what they did, how much you make them happy, and how this closed out a cycle of what one really traditionally wanted. It could be, let's just say the traditional sacred vow of marriage. And someone knew that's what you want, or vice versa. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. right? Empress. The mother. I feel someone just really had to make a decision not to entertain and or harbor the fact that someone couldn't make that commitment. And even though someone's truth is that they make them extremely happy and they want to build a foundation with you and they want to feel vulnerable and they want to feel that innocent love once again. And this person you may have children with or what have you feels like, you know, I feel, okay, for some I feel that you or your other, you know, your spouse or your ex or someone feels like they made the wrong choice. For others, they chose not to make a choice and commit, therefore someone walked away. They feel ashamed because they know, and so do probably others, maybe kids. Kids always know the truth. We all are kids. If we can remain kids, remaining vulnerable, remaining childlike, our intuition can grow and expand. But when we get stuck in our mind and in the finances and all the external day-to-days, I mean, can you even comprehend, explain, or even, you know, come to understand the complexities of how many people have allowed the external crap, mind and the money's on the mind, and how much of joy gets sucked out of relationships because of it. The mind, the egoic self plays havoc because it's testing you to see where your faith really does. Is it in your heart or is it in your head? You know what I mean? So it feels like someone has allowed has overridden their happiness for love, commitment. And here is what you and this person, like this person has the Holy Grail. You know that. You know this person almost to the point where you know they're the one that make you happy. And it's what? Is it going to be this Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio who's going to ultimately maybe a gathering and someone professes their love? Maybe it's a family gathering or something that someone is going to have a change of heart and tell this person how they feel. Because this has to be equal or it cannot be anything at all. And with the High Priestess and the Hierophant being reversed, we're not on the same page. We're not even close. But the feminine, whomever we're talking about, literally walked away because they could be a mother already. They don't want to mess around because why? We have masculine, feminine, and children. Because children are involved. I can't mess around with someone who's got a child knowing that this, as a mother or a mother's duty, I'm not talking about me, I'm talking third party. I can't change someone's mind. I can't change someone's direction in life or choice, obviously, choices in life. Someone has to come to the table of equal, choosing equality and value and valuing. Someone may not have valued someone else's beauty for what they bring to the table. And I'm not just talking external beauty. I'm talking internal beauty. Internal beauty. And you don't want to start or be with someone, absolutely not, who is going to, it works both ways. You're going to affect their children and your children and their children getting together. And the effects of a parent figure, not saying it's blood, step-parent, fostering, adoption, whatever. Children are of the utmost importance. So don't choose to commit to a relationship, or do choose it, but it has to be someone's choice. And someone chose to walk away because after time has gone by, it's like, okay, what are we doing here? Living together. This is a holy grail of love. This is the real deal. I want to give you the real deal. I'm passionately in love with you. Done. If you're not, I get it. If you're feeling bad about it, don't. Because we're not on equal footing here. And then the wheel turns. The wheel's going to turn. And the masculine, it's the masculine. The feminine's been like, oh yeah, I've known this for like decades. But they had to catch up. Potentially a twin flame situation for sure. The 5 meets the 10. And in between that, the time that someone has allowed the time to go by without maybe communicating, without talking, someone just left, walked away and said, I send you love and light, and, it is what it is. Which, honestly, if you're the one, Leo, or they are the one, whomever walked away, did the best thing that they could for themselves. Because you have to stand up for yourself. Who else is going to do it? Otherwise, you get trampled on someone else's choices. And then you become, you're definitely not a doormat. There's no Leo on this planet, depending on your natal chart, that would be a doormat to hello. Someone's ego had to be let go. Someone had to eclipse their ego out of this equation, and they had to see the reality of circumstances. Every action has a reaction. And the circumstance of someone walking away who is absolutely, not only is it written on paper that this person is like a perfect match, right? Everything matches up. But when you're messing with the ego, when someone has not been able to drop their ego in terms of working on themselves, then you're dealing with, the complications of, any excuse to get out. And not want to deal with it. You know what I mean? So, someone went to work on themselves. It's a father figure. This is all masculine. An external father figure, or the masculine, said, I am quite sure that I'm happy, knowing I'm happy with this person, but because I'm not ready, willing, and or able, I have to walk away, or they had to walk away. I allowed someone to walk away based upon the fact that I wasn't ready, willing, or able. And it was my ego who got in the way to not see someone else's value. I don't know how much time it's taken, or it is taking, but it's a long time. Let me look at the Nine of Pentacles here, reversed. For Leos, yeah, someone's hurting. It's sad. It's so sad. It's so sad when we have to say goodbye, knowing this is for real. And you have to let people find their way. Look, these two have full moons. Two people finding their way back home, meaning back to one another after a separation. Pretty much to the point where you're like, is this done? Are we officially over? And the Devil reversed. Someone, once that Ten of Swords happened, and that ego released someone from the throes of what they've been scared of all along, which is what? This commitment. And I don't mean marriage. For some, yeah, marriage. For others, it's just the commitment to be there no matter what. To accept someone no matter what. To allow someone their independent freedom as being in a relationship. Not the 20 questions, just allowing someone to be themselves. That's what the Holy Grail of sacred love is here. I give to you all of my love, right? Whether I'm in church, through thick and thin, through better for worse, for sickness and in health. I know thick and thin's not in it, but I said it. So let's go to the two aces here. Who's fooling who? Who's kidding who? Someone sabotaged. I'll put it down here. Someone sabotaged a relationship on purpose. I'm telling you. Yep. But they don't want it over. They just maybe wanted to see how you would react. Would you freak out? Did you freak out? I beg to differ. I don't think you did that at all. I think someone just said, okay, if this is what you want, we separate, we go our own ways. We lead separate lives. I'm hearing that song. I don't know what. We lead separate lives and you want to be friends? I don't, right? Because nothing's moving. The relationship couldn't grow. The relationship had so much potential. Kids and their friends thought, oh my God, these two aren't together? Are you kidding me? And then what happens when the bottom, right? What happens when the bottom drops out from both lives? The angels step in to reconfigure, recalibrate. The angel has to step in. Spirit guides, loved ones on the other side, step in and say, what is this about? Someone's secret, or secretly not wanting, but really maybe secretly wanting. Let's just look. Someone's secretly harboring a lot of pain for this loss and is coming back to offer up. Hold on. Let's go on this side and see. Right? Someone thought, you know what? I can do without. Psh, are you kidding? My ego is so big that I was kidding myself. I was telling all my friends and family members, the bitch is gone. No offense, but yeah. I'm like, yeah, I can do without. Because it was over. And it was a long time coming over. Like, this is over the course of decades here, is what I'm feeling, right? The circle has closed. For what? For someone's bullshit to continue. Did they think? Yeah, good riddance. Did you think that you could do better? All right, that's an egoic thing to say, but that's what they said. Until they realize, hold on a second. This person is the only one that holds that cup. And this authority figure, the karma, is not necessarily the judge of others. It's judging of self. It could be both. Like, seriously, I feel someone said the bitch is gone. Really, I do. And I can do better, and I'm going to go and do my thing. I don't need this. I'm fine. Seriously. You know what I mean? If you are married, if you are in a happy marriage, I'm telling you, it definitely came with some struggle, but now you're on the same page. After a long time coming, you can actually support one another and be compassionate for one another and one another's needs and appreciating what someone brings to the table. So this is for real. And look, she's looking at him like, are you ready now? Are you about ready? Are you about done? But his face is, all right. I don't want to look. Because when I look, I melt into her. She doesn't have a hard time looking, though, does she? Because she knows. Whoa. Healing family issues, and this really like flew out, express your love. And that's what's going to happen. This was about family issues of growing up together, growing up in the family values. The Hierophant reversed. I don't know. How many seriously of couples that you know that parents are divorced And what does that mean for the future of marriage, per se, living together and or commitment of love? We have to express ourselves. We have to kind of, with this card, I feel you almost have to give in. A woman has to give in. Just listen to me. Giving in to the man's rightful place of being the man. Do you understand? I'm not saying subservient. Hear me clearly. Sometimes you just need to plant the seed that the man comes with, the masculine comes with measures of protection and of authority, safety, in ways that it's not a woman can't do the same, but we must allow. This is the message. Do you want to allow someone, the masculine, to uphold their position of masculine and a woman be feminine? And then if later down the line, the roles are going to switch. They always do. But can we appreciate that that happens? That this is what has caused so many people. It's the ego of someone saying, hey, I'm the boss, I'm the man, I bring home the money. It's all traditional old-fashioned values, clearly. But when it comes to flipping the switch, which Mother Nature does, the man's ego drops and the woman pulls in and facilitates as a man in the woman's body, and or the man facilitates the woman's, doing the housework, helping. And then when the two conjoin, they come together, they merge. That's where we have sacred love here, of a compassionate understanding between two people where it's like, okay, now I get it. That takes a long time. Lifetimes, if you will. Someone could have definite scars and wounds of parent divorcing. It's not like people are running to the altar right at this point, this generation. The up-and-coming generations are going to maybe see fit to have it be, something different, so that it's not as difficult, so that it's there's not as much divorce rate. If someone just were to say, you know what, I just want to live together and be happy, and I don't need the piece of paper. Everyone feels, not everyone, but a very large percentage of humanity feels that way because the divorce rate is skyrocketing. The lineage here, without question, is one's family history, mom and dad divorcing, the traditional, where are you going, the 20 questions, what are you doing, how come you didn't check in, and all that has someone, had someone really in a confused state of whether or not they really wanted to commit to that And without even knowing if this other person was even willing or would be that way, because they're not. So in solitude, one learns, wait a second, I've been now alone for some time, and I definitely understand that still waters run deep. I get it. And I also get that I may be missing someone that may have given me that solitude, even though together. And why can't we just let it flow? Why should there be any constrictions, restrictions, questions when two people have that holy grail of love, that Ace of Cups? That is the most important part of the whole tarot, because it's God's love. This is one love. There's no other love other than one love. That's why we're always looking for the one. But you have to become the one before you can become one. I hope you're getting this. And if, comment below. But I'm telling you, someone has finally realized that this kind of love breeds excellence of effortlessness. It is not the fight. It is not the ego. It is all heart. Beautiful read. I love you guys. Comment below. Please like, share, subscribe. It helps me and my channel. I love you guys. Have a great month.